It's time now for coverage of Colonel Volleyball online at KORNradio.com. The following is a copyrighted broadcast of Mitchell Colonel Volleyball as a property of Nedved Media, LLC, solely for the entertainment and non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this event, including a charge for listening without the express written consent of Nedved Media, LLC, is strictly prohibited. Coverage of Colonel Volleyball online at KORNradio.com is being brought to you by Dakota Physical Therapy, Culver's, The Depot, Lewis Family Drug of Mitchell, Poet Biorefining of Mitchell, and First Dakota National Bank. Coverage of Colonel Volleyball online at KORNradio.com is also brought to you by Iverson Chrysler Center of Mitchell and Huron, Walmart of Mitchell, Ronick Ag, MJ Aviation, CMB of Mitchell, your John Deere dealer, Shays Restaurant, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protections, and by the South Dakota High School Activities Association. Let's now head courtside for coverage of Mitchell Colonel Volleyball exclusively online at KORNradio.com. Here at the play-by-play call of Colonel Volleyball is Travis Krins.
Deb Phil's with us, and Coach, preseason number 5, experience, talents back for 2018. It should be an exciting season for the Mitchell Colonel volleyball team.
Well, we hope so. We hope to continue exactly where we left off and then progress from there. We've already added some things that we didn't do a year ago because we've had the opportunity to practice and add some more weapons, as I might say. We're really working hard on serve and serve receive because, as you know, that's going to determine winning and losing.
Exposure off season, talk about that. Summer was a lot of travel for you guys, and you played at a high level in a lot of those places you went to. Right.
We had our own team camp here, and then we went and traveled to Mankato, Minnesota. We were the only South Dakota team there, and we were extremely successful there. It was a team camp where you go and you compete in drills, and then there's also a tournament. And then after that, we went to Iowa State. Again, there was 50 teams there. We were the only South Dakota team, and that was even a higher level of competition, and we did really well there too. And then the Summer Slam, which was a really unique and fun experience for South Dakota volleyball, for the exposure, the Future 40, everything that adrenaline put through. It was first rate. It was awesome.
Everybody wants to know the progress of your first team All-Stater and Mac Miller on getting back to the lineup.
Well, we're hoping to get her back sooner than later.
Okay, that's a good political answer.
She's not very far out. She's only about 4.5 months out from her surgery, so it takes time, as we all know.
Yeah, and she's been working hard. It isn't like she's been sloughing off.
She's ahead of schedule. That's all I can say.
Okay, there you go. We'll leave it at that. Let's talk about a couple other girls. Chelsea Brewster, second team All-State. She was nominated, or I should say, selected as a top 5 hitter in AA. Talk about how much she's improved just over the summer from last year to this year.
She's improved her all-around game tremendously, and she's developed some different offensive shots. Should I say her favorite hit is cross-court, bam, and now she's been able to develop a lot more of a finesse game, a lot more seeing the blockers. Her back row's been outstanding. We're adding her as an offensive weapon more in the back row than she was a year ago as well.
Well, a lot of attention to your hitters. They're pretty good, but you got a pretty good, driver or quarterback of your offense, and that's Mandy Schmidt, a pretty good setter for you as well.
She's a player, and if you want any player on your team to never give up on a play, it's Mandy Schmidt. She never gets up on a play. She'll run into the bleachers if she can play the ball. So if she's somebody that touches the ball all the time and is going to be like that, everybody else feeds off of her.
Changes to the schedule at all? Is there any changes as far as trying to get everybody to play everybody in AA this year?
Right. In our schedule, some of the ESD schools, we had a home and away schedule before. Now, we don't play everybody in the ESD twice. We only play everybody once that counts in the conference, but then we also play Pierre, Aberdeen, Huron, and Harrisburg twice. So one of those won't count in the conference record. But we've also added to our dual schedule the 4 Sioux Falls schools, and we kept Stevens and Central.
The Summer Slam event in Sioux Falls, that was the first year for that, right?
Right.
How has that grown? That seemed like it went pretty well the first time. Do you expect it to get bigger here as we go on?
I'm not sure if he'll increase the number of teams that come, because he invited the top 20 teams in South Dakota, and then 20 out of state, Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa, and North Dakota. And the exposure, there was probably, I don't know how many college coaches were there. It was amazing, all the way from D1 all the way down to D2, D3 coaches. We had a ton of coaches at our court, but so did a lot of other teams, AA, volleyball, and some of and so the A and B schools that were there too. Most of the teams were AA, but there were a few of the other. Is very, very good this year in South Dakota. It's very good.
As far as some of those seniors looking to play next year, has anybody decided, or is anybody maybe on the fence of where to go?
I've got 3 to 5 kids that are looking at playing in college, and then my 6th one is going to be a D1 high jumper probably. So she's also in the mix.
And she could play volleyball if she wanted to.
She could very well. She got a lot of attention. People are going to be surprised at how good Carly Herring has improved. She's going to be a force.
With Mac out, you kind of piece things together. Who may have some extra playing time, and of course Chelsea and Carly maybe in that mix as well.
Well, it's interesting because we do have 11 seniors counting Mac, and 2 of the 11 right now are injured, but we have some juniors that are waiting. They've been working hard. They were with us last year and are practicing with us, and we got Reagan Waddell, Amy Uher, and Maya Volsky, who are extremely talented as well. So, but the thing is I can throw so many kids in and play different positions. We haven't decided on what we're going to do, and you might see 4 different lineups on Saturday. We're not really sure yet.
Played O'Gorman in Sioux Falls. It was a very close match. They're your top competition in Huron coming up on Saturday. Expect more of the same from O'Gorman coming up here in a few days.
Right, and actually, I was wishing that the other top team, Watertown's there, Washington's there, but they're in the other gym, so I won't be able to get to see them much. But we do know Sioux Falls O'Gorman. They lost a close one last night in 5 to Roosevelt, but that means they have some playing under their belt, and this is going to be our first time out on the court playing. Would
you prefer to maybe have a one-on-one before you start, 4 in one day?
I don't know. Last year we had 2 duels before we went to this tournament, so it is what it is. So we'll step out. We play Douglas first, then we play Brookings, and then we play O'Gorman. That'll be a back-to-back, and then we end the day with Brandon Valley.
Talk about the setup for that, because it's not your normal play 5. It's best 2 out of 3.
Right, but the third set, instead of going to 15, will go to 25, so that all 4 of those matches will count into seeding points.
Yeah, because I think people are, that's going to count 4 matches. It just only counts as one date to play 4 matches.
Right.
So that's going on this Saturday. We'll have them all online beginning at 9 o'clock in the morning with Travis. He'll be up in Huron, by the way, all 4 matches on KORNradio.com. Click on the YouTube link on our homepage of our website. I've been to a couple of practices. You seem like you have 200 girls out for volleyball. It's a good number for Colonel Volleyball.
We have 54 high schools. Wow. So with that number and 24 of them being freshmen, we did add to our staff this year, because it's been crazy, the amount of kids that came back, year after year, plus we're adding 24 new freshmen. So we are very good in numbers. Our middle school hasn't started practice yet, but they had a sign up, and I think they're looking at about 60 kids there too as well.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about the coaches here coming up, but let's talk about ESD. Cream of the crop besides the Mitchell Colonels.
Watertown. They returned everybody. Well, I think they just lost 1 player from last year, and they had an extremely great end of the season run for them, finishing in the top 4 in the state. I don't know. I think that until we start playing, everybody's different. You get some new kids in there playing together. Teams could be, come out of the woodwork and surprise. There's always one ESD team that always surprises everybody every year.
I mean, Harrisburg pretty much lost everybody from last year. Do you expect them to reload right away? What are your expectations for Harrisburg? Yeah.
Well, they had a lot of numbers of kids a year ago, so I think that their program is steady. I know I'm going to watch them tomorrow night, so ask me Saturday.
The Cube, that's been bought out by somebody else, is that still a pretty good source to watch volleyball?
The Cube is now no longer.
Somebody bought it, but then it's still
out like on the National Federation High School website. But a lot of
changes
schools
for you though with that, or no?
No, a lot of schools have their own YouTube channels now too. So we watched a couple last night.
Huddle's been a good tool too.
Huddle, yes. I'm so grateful that our booster club pays for that because we can exchange film, but more importantly, I think for us is I can give it to the girls and they can do some self-evaluation as well of their own play.
Well, it should be exciting. First home match Tuesday against Pierre. We'll be there as well. So good luck this weekend. Let's start 4-0. How about it?
Okay, and we have some fun things planned for Tuesday night.
Okay. Before I let you go, do coaches. I don't want to miss that.
Okay, so my JV coach and my sophomore coach are the same. Christina Steamson and Esther Whitty do a great job. New freshman coach this year is Taylor Rissy. She's new to our school system. She's a third grade teacher at LBW. And then her assistant coach that we're very happy to have as an ex-colonel, Emma Schmidt, is back with us as well at the high school level. Middle school, we got some returning. Paula Burrish, we got Maddie Tagadoff, who's new. And then the 2 8th grade coaches, our Roxy Ross and JC Jaira, who are returning from last year. So the more we can get coaches to, keep staying in our program, the better it's going to be for our kids.
We got a little time. Give us a little tease of what's going on Tuesday, you said.
Well, it's meet the Colonel's night. So we're going to have something kind of special technology-wise. I know. I had to give that over to Christina and Esther because I'm not real good at that. We might have something special before the match starts. There's going to be a parent-player social afterwards with this number of kids and new parents coming in. We're going to have an ice cream social afterwards for everybody in the program. Just some fun things like that.
Outstanding. And also we're going to have Meet the Senior Colonel volleyball player every week. We're going to start that on Monday. We'll announce who that Monday player will be. We'll have one girl every single week throughout the entire volleyball season. We hope to the middle or end of November. We hope
November 17th.
Okay, that'll be the time we stop then. So, hey, Coach,
the player of the game too.
Oh yes, we got player of the game too. Brought to you by Shay's Restaurant. So we'll be having that for every single match. So you'll be getting a lot of stuff from
That's
Travis
awesome.
to give you.
We so appreciate what you guys do and how much you support our program. That's great. Thank you.
Coaches, parents, and athletes, does a sports-related injury have you or your athlete sidelined and struggling to get back in the game? Dakota Physical Therapy specializes in sports injury rehabilitation, and we take pride in returning our athletes to the field, ready for action and better equipped to resist re-injury in the future. Regardless of the sport or type of injury, Dakota Physical Therapy has a specialized rehab program designed to meet your needs. Give us a call at 996-4778 or stop by our clinic and begin your way back to action today.
We are just past 3 o'clock here this afternoon. KORN News Radio, FM 101.3, AM 1490. You're home all season long for Mitchell Volleyball. We are online only this afternoon on YouTube, also on KORNradio.com. Travis Krins here, and it's the 4th and final match for Mitchell here today. Mitchell dominated Douglas at 9 o'clock this morning. They beat Brookings as well at around noon. They lost their last match against O'Gorman, 25-20 and 25-7. See if Mitchell can bounce back here against Brandon Valley. Brandon Valley playing their 3rd straight contest since they got a little behind time. Brandon Valley, they beat Lincoln at about 11 o'clock this morning. Then Brandon Valley swept Sturgis. And Brandon Valley about 10 minutes ago just got done. And they did beat Huron. So 25-22 was that 3rd set. Brandon Valley, they were only 2-18 last year. Brandon Valley, they have, looks like they're 3-0 here this afternoon in Huron. Mitchell on my left, black uniforms, long sleeves, gold numbers. And Brandon Valley, they're on my right. They serve to start things off. Carly Herring right back where she has started off earlier today with a kill. Brandon Valley, they are on my right. Black uniforms as well, long sleeves with red numbers. Brooke Flummer starts it off for Mitchell up 1-0, looking to go 3-1 here in Huron today to open up their season. Attack in the back row here for Brandon Valley. That was number 3, Abby Finch. Finch, a 5'7" sophomore defensive specialist. Never liked those defensive specialists trying to attack offensively. She did. And it showed into the net, 2-0 Mitchell. Colonel's possession, Mandy Schmidt to Carly Herring, right in the back row. Back row attack here for Brandon Valley. Dug up by Brooke Flummer. Mitchell goes to Sage Jorgensen on the left side. She connects, and good. Lineup for Brandon Valley, Bella Strensruds, a 5'9" sophomore outside hitter. And Brandon Valley's a very young team. Their libero is Ella Simonson, a 5'5 junior. 3-0 early for Mitchell. Attack on the right side. This is Abby Risty. Risty, a 6'1 senior. She's a right side hitter for Brandon Valley. She connects on the kill to get the Lynx on the scoreboard. Also for the Lynx, Mason Flanagan. Flanagan, a 6-foot senior for Brandon Valley. Mitchell, they lead 3-1. Brooke Flemmer digs it off the serve. Attacked by Carly Herring. She connects yet again. Carly Herring, who's been very impressive. And if you heard the pregame interview with Deb Thill, she talked about how people may be surprised at how good and how much improved Carly Herring is this season. Carly Herring already a very good volleyball. And if today is any indication, looks like she's taken that next step. Mitchell, now 4-2. That Mitchell serve into the net. Here's Ella Simonson, the Brandon Valley libero, serving down by 2. Mitchell's offense will go left side out of bounds to Chelsea Brewster. Her favorite shot was cross court, but it was out of bounds. She was way out of bounds on the left side, went cross court like she likes to do, but that was out of bounds. So an error for Chelsea Brewster makes it 4-3. Simonson's ace right here in front of Brooke Flemmer. Flemmer gets the reception error, and we are tied at 4 apiece. So similar to Brookings, who wasn't very good last year, Brandon Valley, they look to be a little bit improved here in the 2018 campaign. Attack for Mitchell, Mandy Schmidt, surprise dump over. Brandon Valley's ready for it. They attack it on the right side. Mandy Schmidt cross court, over the block, Brewster, and then Brandon Valley pushes the door over to the Mitchell side, but it's out of bounds. Bounds by the Mitchell bench. So Mitchell, they retake the lead at 5-4. Carly Herring and Bridget Thill to the bench. Maggie Katner comes in to serve with Reagan Waddell in the front row. Maggie Katner serve. It is an ace. Finds the back row. Number 12, Anna Reinschmidt. Reinschmidt on the reception error. And it's 6-4 Colonels. Colonels looking to go 3-1 here, maybe sweep Brandon Valley in this one here before 4 o'clock. Cross-court setup on the left side for Brandon Valley. That is Flanagan on the attack. Back row attack for Mitchell. That is Brooke Flemmer. In the middle again, that's number 10, the lefty Avery Timmons. Timmons gets the kill to cut the lead down to 1. Bridget Thill in the back row, along with Leslie Van Drogelen and Brooke Flemmer. Front row for Mitchell is Schmidt, Waddell, and Brewster. Brandon Valley serves down 6-5 from right to left. Cross-court setup for Chelsea Brewster. They'll say she was in the net, so an error for Chelsea Brewster makes it 6-6. Mitchell won both meetings last year, 3-0 sweeps of Brandon Valley. But again, Brandon Valley, they're 3-0 here thus far in the tournament. Attack, Reagan Waddell going over the block. Brandon Valley plays it. They get it left side to Flanagan. Back over to the Lynx. They'll attack it on the right side. Again, it's the lefty, Abby Risty. Connects for a kill. 3 straight points for Brandon Valley. And Risty, they got a couple of left-handed hitters on this Brandon Valley team, so that gives you a little bit different look if you're the Mitchell defense. 7-6, Brandon Valley, they retake the lead. They serve up by 1. Flemmer digs it up. Schmidt goes to the back row. Now left side up front for Chelsea Brewster. Brandon Valley hits that left side. That is number 14, Flanagan yet again. Flanagan, the 6-foot senior outside hitter, and it's a 4-0 run for Brandon Valley. They're up early, 8-6. Mitchell trying to stop this run, needs some offense. Schmidt to Waddell in the middle, but it's in the net. So it's 5-0 Brandon Valley run. We saw what O'Gorman did. They won 25-7. You could call that a run in and of itself. But at one point, O'Gorman went on a 20-2 run. 9-6, Brandon Valley with the edge. Again, this is in the back row. Mitchell's got to get that dig up into the front row. Attack by the lefty on the right side. That is Risty, but Risty is into the net. 6'1", Abby Risty for Brandon Valley. And Brooke Flemmer will check out. Mandy Schmidt back to serve with Peyton Morgan now in the front row. The Schmidt serve finds the back row, and that is an ace. Mandy Schmidt with the ace. First of the match for either side. First of the set for either side. And the Colonels are back within one. Mandy serve again goes back row to Simonson, the libero. Attack on the right side for Flanagan. Mitchell keeps it alive. Van Drogelen will get it over, but it'll be wide to the left. Mitchell just needed to get it over right there. But a bit too strong and a bit too wide left for Leslie Van Drogelen. 5'2", defensive specialist. Senior for Mitchell. 11 seniors for Mitchell. They will pretty much all play. And Reagan Waddell, she is the lone junior that will see playing time. Mac Miller will be out for injury, which she's trying to recover from. And if they can have her in time for maybe, say, the month of October, as they get ready for the state tournament in Sioux Falls, first week before Thanksgiving, that would be ideal for Mitchell. 10-8, Brandon Valley leads with the serve. Again, it's in the back row. Phil to Peyton Morgan left side. Doug back row Simonson for the Lynx. Lynx go left side this time for Stensrud, but it's blocked out of bounds off of Mitchell. 11-8. Brandon Valley with the advantage. Serving here is Flanagan up by 3. This one shanked into the bleachers. That's no good. An ace for Flanagan, and now all of a sudden Brandon Valley, sizable lead, their largest of the set. They're up 12-8. Mitchell, they'll see Brandon Valley coming up in a week or two, so they'll see him for a regular season matchup at home here in just about 10 days or so. Brandon Valley possession attack on that left side, dug up by Van Drogelen. See if Schmidt can get the offense going. Peyton Morgan with the attack right side. Dug up, and now an attempt by Abby Risty. Mitchell can't play it. It was dug by Mandy Schmidt in the back row, and nobody in the front row could get it. So this one's getting out of hand for Mitchell already, down 13-8. Flanagan with the flat-footed serve. Mandy Schmidt, this one looks good. Waddell in the middle, just wide right. That one was set up well. It was dug well off the serve for Mitchell. Back row got it to the front row to their setter. And to Reagan Waddell was just a little outside. Substitution for Mitchell. First time this afternoon. They'll bring in number 9, Maya Voltsky. Voltsky, 5'8". Middle hitter, a junior, so Maya gets her first crack at it this season in the middle. And that'll be an ace for Flanagan. That one hits the top of the tape. A tough one for Mitchell, but they trail now by 7, 15-8. Here's Valetsky, sets it up. Not very well for Peyton Morgan. And that one wasn't very well hit either. That one into the net. So it's 16-8. Things unraveling again for Mitchell, trying to come back from that disastrous match against O'Gorman. See if they can come back here, maybe make this one interesting. Down 16-8. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Do you have a First Dakota National Bank check card? If you don't, you should. This is Jessica Anderson, personal banking representative at First Dakota. Our First Dakota check card allows customers to make purchases anywhere Visa debit cards are accepted. When a purchase is made, the amount is automatically deducted from your checking account balance, not from a credit. A First Dakota check card is safer than carrying cash. If you don't have a First Dakota check card, go to a First Dakota location near you to learn more. First Dakota, come experience the difference. Member FDIC.
Mitchell trails in set 1 against Brandon Valley, 16-8. Fourth and final match for Mitchell today at the Huron Invitational. Attack for Chelsea Brewster, plenty of power behind it, and it'll finally fall down after a couple of miss attempts by Brandon Valley. Again, Voltsky in the game, Maya Voltsky in the middle.
where Reagan Waddell would have been. Reagan just on the bench right now. So Mitchell down by 7 at 16-9. Chelsea Brewster with the serve. The low line drive finds the back row. This one at the net. This one close. Sage Jorgensen, she'll pick up the unassisted kill. Very powerful serve from Chelsea Brewster. It came back over to Mitchell quite quickly. That's when Jorgensen pounced on it for the unassisted kill. Mitchell now within 6. This one finds the back row. Nearly an ace. It is an ace. An ace for Chelsea Brewster. And 3 straight points for Mitchell. 3 o'clock here today. Travis Crittens at the Huron Arena. Mitchell Volleyball on YouTube, streaming live on KORNradio.com. Brandon Valley attack on the left side. Stensrud, and it will be a point for Mitchell. She was in the net. 16-13. 8-point lead is now down to 3, it should be. Scoreboard says 16-12. 16-12 your score. Nearly another ace for Brewster. They'll get it over. Barely got it over. Mandy Schmidt will set it up right side for Peyton Morgan. Dig in the back row by Simonson. Here's a right side attack for Risty. Right back to Brandon Valley. Here's Stensrud make that on the left side. Mitchell ball. Jorgensen, she'll connect off of Simonson and into the crowd. 5 straight points for Mitchell. They have responded well. Down 16-8. Now it's only a 16-13 set. Mitchell rolling right now. Another timeout. They still trail by 3. We're back in 1 minute on KORN.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare South Dakota's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again.
16-13, Mitchell, they trailed by 8. Now within 3, serve into the net. So they got half of that lead back. Mitchell trailed by 8. Now they're down by 4. So they got half of it back. We're still a little late here in the first set, though. It's 17-13. Timmons with the serve, and that'll be an ace. Reception here by Bridget Thill, back right row. So whatever Mitchell did to chip away at that lead, they almost give it all back. Now they're down again by 5. Served by Timmons. Thill much better this time. Attack Peyton Morgan on the right side. Back row dig. They set it up in the middle, not much on it, but it is inbounds. So that 8-point lead down to 3, now back up to 6. So things pretty much even out, and Brandon Valley in that back row. That was scary. That was Finch and Timmons nearly hit each other. So it's 19-14. Mitchell now down by 5. See if they can go on another 5-0 run to tie this one up. Bridget Thill on the serve. Right side set up for Risty, and that one's into the net. So lead now down to 4. Avery Myers, the junior setter for Brandon Valley in the front row. Thill serving down by 4. Simonson digs it. Attack Risty again this time. Nice dig by Brewster. Sage Jorgensen attacks left side. Once again, they get it to the left side for Brandon Valley. That one's blocked, but it's out of bounds. Point for the Lynx. Kill for Bella Stensrud. Stensrud, 5'9" sophomore. Brandon Valley, pretty young team. They have 2 seniors, 2 juniors, 2 sophomores, and have the majority of the time. And they're up 20-15. Mitchell gets the serve. Mandy Schmidt to Carly Herring near the middle. Carly's been quiet here against Brandon Valley. Right back over to Mitchell. Free ball for Schmitz. They go to Carly Herring again with her 6'2 arms. Gets it over. But then they pop it up again. So Colonels will take a third crack at it. Jorgensen on the left side. It's inbounds. Back up to the front row. Risty gets it over the block, and that is good. Not much on it. Just pushed it over the block. Landed well for Risty and Brandon Valley. And Colonels down 21-15. Another timeout. Mitchell's out of timeouts. They trail by 6 here late in the first.
Struggling with multiple decisions that need to be made to achieve your yield goals? Are you looking for that trusted partner who can help provide real yielding solutions for those decisions? At Rannick Ag, they pride themselves in knowing yield and being a partner who listens to your needs and builds strategies to achieve your farm's goals one field at a time. Rannick Ag yield experts are ready to meet your demanding farm needs and to go to work for your farm and your future. Contact your Rannick Ag yield centers today to get your 2018 plan started off on the right foot. Rannick Ag, partnerships that yield.
This is Rebecca Grace, owner and operator of the Ramada Inn and Suites. I'm here to make organizing the company meeting, the family reunion, a wedding, or for the best birthday party ever easy. We'll take care of it all. Clean, comfortable rooms, meetings with technology and sound system, all with good food and friendly people. It's the Ramada Inn, Mitchell.
21-15, Brandon Valley. They've taken control of this set after the first dozen points or so. They have the serve, and they're up by 6. Brewster with the dig. Carly Herring gets it in the middle. Was that in? No, it wasn't. Carly Herring with the air. It's 22-15. Mitchell just not as good as they were against Douglas and Brookings earlier today. Just not playing as well. Just offensively, just can't get the ball inbounds. Back row attack for Brewster. This one inbounds. And Brandon Valley good enough to play it. Stensrud on the left side gets it over. Mitchell answers. Peyton Morgan, this one by the Brandon Valley bench out of bounds. So this one looks like it might be another close to double-digit loss for Mitchell, down 23-15 here against Brandon Valley, a team that only won twice last year. It seems to be a lot better here in 2018. Attack for Sage Jorgensen, left side. Nice scramble by Brandon Valley to get it over. Schmidt to Carly Herring over the block, and she hits the back left corner. Carly Herring gets her third kill of the set, and it's 23-16. Mac Miller is here in shorts, recovering from that knee injury. Hopefully is back by the end of the year. Brooke Flemmer with the serve. Mitchell down by 7. Not much time left here in the first. Attack in the middle goes right into the net for Abby Risty. 23-17, Brandon Valley. Flemmer with her flat-footed serve. Finds the back row. Attack left side. That falls down for Stensrud. Stensrud from Avery Myers on the assist. And it will be set point for Brandon Valley. 24-17. Anna Reinschmidt, 5'4" senior. See if she can end this for the Lynx. Give them a set 1 victory. Not that time. That one's into the net, so gives Mitchell a chance. Mitchell needs to get 6 points here in a row. They did have a run, a 5-0 run earlier, so it is possible, but need 6 in a row here to extend it. Down 24-18. Attack left side. Nice dig by Phil to keep it alive. Carly Herring pushes it over. Free ball for this Brandon Valley offense. A surprise dump over for Meyer, their setter. Attack by Brewster on the left side. Attack on the left for Flanagan. Gets it in the back row. Jorgensen gets it back up front. Brewster falling out of bounds with the attack. Myers in the middle. Phil gets it out of bounds, and that'll be it for the first set. 25-18, Brandon Valley with the victory as they put away Mitchell for set number 1. Again, it's the best 2 out of 3, so Mitchell, they need to win the second set to force the third and hopefully go 3-1 instead of 2-2 at the Huron Invitational. We'll be back in 2.5 minutes. Set number 2 between the Lynx and the Colonels. Up next on KORNradio.com.
This is Jason Swindler from Lewis Family Drug inside County Fair Food Store in Mitchell. Remembering to pick up your medications is easy. We'll watch to see when it's time for your refill, get it ready, and text you. With SmartSync, we'll fill all your regular medications at once, saving extra trips, and with our free Lewis Drug app, you'll always have access to your profiles and prescription information. Get in, get out, get better.
When your first stop is Lewis, it's easy every day.
At MJ Aviation, they understand the hard work and dedication it takes to make any agricultural operation successful and know that many pass on from generation to generation. That's why MJ Aviation recognizes and supports every player and coach in athletics. It takes dedication and teamwork for success, the same dedication needed to run farm operations. MJ Aviation, helping your operation take flight.
Identity theft is still one of the fastest growing frauds around. Did you know that as of July 1st, any South Dakota resident is able to place a freeze on their credit report for free with all 3 consumer reporting agencies, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. For more information about security freezes and how they can help protect you, please contact the Office of Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, 1-800-300-1986, or log on to consumer.sd.gov.
Now's the time to get hired at Walmart. They're adding to the Walmart team with jobs that pay well and come with perks too. Want to work as an auto care technician?
It's Walmart.
How about making things fresh in bakery or deli?
Walmart has it.
Like electronics?
Work at Walmart.
Apparel experience?
Bring it to Walmart.
Like working with people?
Cashier or self-checkout host at Walmart.
How about working with freight?
Second shift stocking.
Job security?
Walmart has it.
Employee discounts after 90 days?
Walmart.
Walmart at Mitchell has a job you'll like going to.
Go to walmart.com and click on the careers link to apply.
Walmart is an equal opportunity employer.
Teams switch sides, both in black jerseys, long sleeves here in set number 2. Set number 1 went to Brandon Valley, 25-18. Mitchell on the right, front row consists of Carly Herring, Peyton Morgan, and Sage Jorgensen. Back row for Mitchell is Brewster, Schmidt, and the libero, starting us off, Bridget Thill. Thill in her gold uniform. Serves right to left to start set number 2. Myers will set it up cross court to Stensrud, and that is long. So an error for Stensrud. 1-0 Mitchell. Mitchell needs to win both of these remaining 2 sets to take this one. 2-1. Mitchell swept Douglas and Brookings earlier today while getting swept by number 3 O'Gorman, 25-20, 25-7. Thill with the serve, up 1-0. Myers this time goes to the right side for Risty, but it's blocked by Mitchell. Left side of their defense. Jorgensen and Carly Herring with the block assists. Defensive point for Mitchell makes it 2-0 Colonels. Thill with the serve. This finds the back row. Myers goes cross court again to Stensrud, and that finds the middle of the Mitchell defense. Stensrud answers with a kill. 2-1 Mitchell. Substitution for the Lynx will bring in Anna Reinschmidt. Reinschmidt was out there to try and close it out, but had a serve hit the net on set point. This one much better. Mandy Schmidt to Carly Herring in the middle. Dug up by Brandon Valley. Back row attack by Brooke Lundstrup. Mitchell scrambling will go to Sage Jorgensen left side, and a kill from Mandy Schmidt on the assist. Sage Jorgensen on the kill. 3-1 Mitchell early on in the second set. Peyton Morgan will check out, and Brooke Flemmer is in to serve. Flemmer sets up on the right side. Flat-footed serve. Myers goes cross court to Flanagan. Now a dig for Brewster from Mitchell. Back row attack for Flemmer, and that'll hit its mark. Brooke Flemmer with the back row attack. Another Mandy Schmidt assist makes it 4-1 Colonels. So a good start for Mitchell. Down 1-0. Here's Flemmer's serve. In it somewhere, just a matter of who else is there with her. 5-1 Mitchell, good start with another Flemmer serve. Flemmer will dig it off the Brandon Valley attempt. Attack by Sage Jorgensen. Dump over by Myers. 50-50 ball. That out of bounds. That was out of bounds. Attack left side for Brandon Valley. Just wide left. 6-1. Mitchell with the lead. It is 3:30 here this afternoon on KORNradio.com. Flemmer with the serve, up by 5. Myers goes right side this time. That one's through and no good. Right through Chelsea Brewster, who did a little matrix move to get that out of the way. And things have reversed course quite quickly. It's 7-1 Mitchell. They lead early on here in the second set. They need to win this one to force a third. Brandon Valley timeout. We'll take one as well. We're back in 30 seconds.
Tap, Snap, Deposit. Deposit checks with your Droid or iPhone. This is Dana Bird, personal banker at First Dakota. Our mobile deposit allows you to tap your phone and snap a picture of the front and back of your endorsed check. You receive confirmation that the images of your check have uploaded and your deposit is being processed. It's fast and secure. To learn more, go to firstdakotaebanking.com or stop at any First Dakota location and ask about mobile deposit. First Dakota, come experience the difference. Member FDIC.
If you missed any of our previous matches or missed anything during the season, we'll all have it archived on our website, KORNradio.com. Just go under the sports tab. You can see the Meet the Colonels between football and volleyball. Meet the Colonels senior players there. And also listen back to any football game with Mitchell Colonels or any volleyball game this season. Just go to our website, KORNradio.com, and click on the sports tab. Back after the timeout, Carly Herring with the attack in the middle, and that is good. This is the Mitchell team that we saw earlier this morning, so they have turned it on in here between sets, and it is 8-1. Carly Herring with her fourth kill, and all of this has come off the serves of Brooke Flemmer. Mitchell up by 7, they serve. Attack Flanagan on the left side for Brandon Valley. Back row attack for Flemmer. Brandon Valley possession, Phil with the dig. Schmidt surprise dump over. Oh, they'll keep it alive. Lucky bounces there for Brandon Valley. Schmidt goes right side to Carly Herring. That's wide right. Just on the line. That was a close one, but it was out of bounds. So that ends the Mitchell run. 8-1 Mitchell run. So they've got a lead to work with here. 6-point lead for Mitchell to give them somewhat of a cushion. Simonson with the serve off the top of the tape on the net. Attacked by Carly Herring, and that's good. They'll give the serve right back over to Mitchell. 9-2, Colonels lead. You look at the schedule, who they've played today. Douglas, Brandon Valley, Brookings. Those are all teams Mitchell should beat. All teams Mitchell is better than. O'Gorman's a toss-up. You know they're a tough team. But you look at the schedule, and if you're Mitchell, you'd really like to come away 3-1 and be a disappointing 2-2 start to the season. This one in attack left side for Brandon Valley. Good from the front row, so it's 9-3. Leslie Van Drogelen in for Mitchell, back row right. Sage Jorgensen will set out. So Brewster and Herring, the hitters up front. Mitchell up by 6. They receive the serve. Brewster attacks it left side. Myers will set it up. Not a great setup, but I think it ended up working anyway, and it did. A kill for Brandon Valley's Abby Risty. Didn't look great, but it was effective. And it's now 9-4. Avery Myers, the Brandon Valley setter, on the serve, and that'll be an ace. Had Flemmer and Van Drogelen very close to each other. It was off of one of them, but either way, it's an ace for Myers. It's now 9-5 as we retrieve the ball from the top of the bleachers here. The 5'2" Leslie Van Drogelen scaling the bleachers to retrieve the volleyball. 9-5, Mitchell still leads. Getting a little closer, though. Attack Carly Herring on the right side. Dug up by Myers in the back row. They'll just get it over. Good chance here for Mitchell. 9-5. Attack by Brewster, and that's blocked. Block assist for Brandon Valley's Timmons and Risty. 6-point lead now cut. It was a 7-point lead at one point. It's now cut down to 3. Avery Myers, 5'7" junior serving. Schmidt to Herring right side. Mitchell finally gets back on the board with a Carly Schmidt kill from Mandy Schmidt. So it's 10-6. Colonels up by 4. It's 5 kills already for Carly Herring. She might be the one that might benefit the most with Mac Miller out. Looks like she's getting more opportunities offensively, more attacks, and she's taking advantage of it here in this first day of the season. Maggie Katner into serve. Mitchell up by 4. Attack on the right side for Brandon Valley. Mitchell answers with a Brewster bomb on the left side. Good. 11-6. Chelsea Brewster doesn't get cheated very much. This one, 100 miles an hour, and connects. So it's 10-6. Scoreboard hasn't changed. Don't know what the call is here. They're taking it off the board. Scoreboard, it should be 11-6, but it's only 10-6. I don't know what the ruling was there. I don't know if they'll allow that. Apparently they took the point off the board for some reason. But Mitchell comes back. An ace for Maggie Katner. So don't know what that was, but now it's 11-6 Mitchell. Katner with another serve, looking for another ace, and she'll pick up back-to-back aces. Maggie Katner was valuable last year for Mitchell, coming in to serve for Carly Herring. Looks like she'll do the same this year as well, and can provide a spark. Flanagan. Flanagan serves it. Good job for Flemmer keeping it in play. Attack right side here. Reagan Waddell is back in there. Kill for Reagan. Her first of the match. She's played well today, Reagan Waddell. Since Mac Miller is out, there's somebody that's going to get an opportunity, and it appears that Reagan Waddell will get plenty of more playing time this year. Now as a 5'11 junior. Schmidt serving. Oh, this one looked like it was going to hit the net. It did and rolled over. Mitchell up 14-7. Colonel's possession. Attack on the right side. Good for Peyton Morgan. Peyton Morgan picks up her first kill. And Mitchell playing very well here in this second set. Up 15-7. Mandy Schmidt ready to go. Up by 8. Largest lead of the night. Brandon Valley's Stensrud attacks left side. It's a back row dig by Phil. Mitchell comes back. Brewster on the left. Front row. No good. This one not a very good set. You can blame that on Myers. Myers' miscommunication there with her hitter on the right side. Risty. That'll be an error on the links. It's all Mitchell here in this second set. Up 16-7. Looks like we're going to have a third set. We'll take a 1-minute timeout here on KORN.
Are you suffering from an injury that is limiting your lifestyle? Hello, this is Steve Van Genderen from Dakota Physical Therapy. As part of my clinical training, I had the opportunity to learn at one of the premier sports medicine centers in the Midwest. I specialize in treating shoulder or rotator cuff injuries, as well as knee and ankle injuries. Along with having a master's degree in physical therapy, I have a degree in athletic training and have had the opportunity to work with recreational athletes, collegiate All-Americans, and even professional athletes. Whether you are suffering from an athletic injury or any other type of injury or ailment, remember Dakota Physical Therapy for all of your therapy needs.
At Culver's, we cook our butter burgers pretty much the same as you would at home. Only our 3-cut blend of fresh Midwest beef will do. Then you'll need to master our signature press and sear technique. You may want to practice a few thousand times. Add real Wisconsin cheese, top with a lightly buttered toasted bun, and serve yourself with a big warm smile.
Better yet, come to Culver's and leave the whole cook-to-order butter burger thing to us. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, 1015 Cabela Drive in Mitchell.
Mandy Schmidt on the serve, right back to Mitchell. Chelsea Brewster with the attack. It's blocked, but it's out of bounds. So it's a 10-point Mitchell lead, 17-7. See if they can carry this momentum and good play into the third set. Schmidt with another serve, up now by 10. Attack in the middle again, not timing their sets off all that good. Looked like there's some miscommunication. Attack right side. Peyton Morgan gets another kill. 2 for Peyton Morgan in this set. Looks like Myers and her hitters just off a little bit, not timing it just right and can't get that offense rolling. So it's an 18-7. Mitchell leads. Schmidt another serve this time. Brandon Valley answers. Attack left side. Good for the kill. But Mitchell now up by 10, so it looks like it will come down to a third and deciding set here. Coming up on 3:45 this afternoon from a somewhat warm Huron Arena. 90 degrees outside and a little cooler here in the old barn. 18-8, Mitchell leads. They'll attack it with Reagan Waddell in the middle. Mitchell, they got it going. Bench up and excited. Everybody's excited. Reagan Waddell with the assist, or with the kill, I should say. Lead up to 11. Chelsea Brewster with the jump serve, up 19-8. This one will be an ace. Chelsea Brewster, 2 aces in this set. Mitchell has 6 of them. Again, if they get 5-6 aces a match, they're probably going to win that 90+% of the time, you would think. Brewster with the serve, up 20-8. Attack in the middle, Stensrud attack, but Phil with the dig. Back row attempt for Brewster, finds the back row of Simonson. Brandon Valley answers again, left side. Nice dig by Brewster. Schmidt to Waddell, throws it back there, can't get it. Brandon Valley with the attack. Risty, nice dig by Phil. Attack right side. Peyton Morgan, no good. Peyton was looking for her 3rd kill of the set. That one a little long off the right side. Mitchell still well in control at 20-9. Brandon Valley serving left to right. This is Brooke Lunstra, 5'6" senior. Back row attack for Brewster, wide left. 20-10, Mitchell ahead. Next coverage of Mitchell volleyball will be this coming Tuesday night. We'll be at the Mitchell High School gym. 7 o'clock start time. Pierre versus Mitchell. First home match of the season. That'll be on KORN News Radio, FM 101.3 and AM 1490. Attack for Jorgensen on the left side. Mitchell comes right back at it, though. Schmidt sets up Waddell in the middle, and good. Reagan Waddell, she didn't play really at all last year on the varsity, and she's played pretty well here in her first varsity action, basically of her career. So she adds a little bit of a punch in the middle for Mitchell with Carly Herring out. They'll bring in Waddell. Now Waddell out, Carly back in. Mitchell up 21-10, and Mitchell serves. Nice dig by Phil. Carly Herring in the middle. She connects. This one going very well for Mitchell. Carly Herring with the kill from Mandy Schmidt, and it's 22-10. Mitchell lost the first set 25-18, and they're rolling here in the second. Phil with the serve, up by 12, 3 points away. Surprise dump over, but Bridget is ready for it with the dig. Attack right side by Peyton Morgan. Blocked right back at her. Mitchell keeps it alive. Sage Jorgensen attack left side in air into the net. Substitution for Brandon Valley. Bella Stensrud is out. It's her turn to serve. Should give way to the defensive specialist, Anna Reinschmidt. Reinschmidt back as far as she can. Flat-footed serve. Down by 11. Schmidt to Carly Herring. Back row dig for Brandon Valley's Simonson. They'll get it over. Free ball. Brewster to Schmidt. Schmidt to Morgan. Good. Peyton Morgan. 3 kills in this set to make it 23-11. Mitchell substitution. We'll see Brooke Flemmer coming to serve. And Peyton Morgan will check out. Good set for Peyton Morgan with those 3 kills. And we saw Brooke Flemmer really start off this set early on with some nice serving. Really helped Mitchell get an early lead. Mitchell's defense much better. Attack by Carly Herring, and good. So this one, the bounce is going Mitchell's way. Much more crisp on defense. They're digging up the attacks from Brandon Valley. Mandy Schmidt can easily set up her hitters. Things look very smooth. Much more smoother than they did in the first set. Set point for Mitchell. Flemmer on the serve. She'll end it with an ace. 7 aces for Mitchell through 2 sets. They dominate that one 25-11. They'll have a third and deciding set. Brandon Valley and Mitchell, they're both teams' final sets here coming up next. We're in the 7th of 8 sessions here today at the Huron Arena. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the third set on KORN.
This is Rebecca Grace, owner and operator of the Ramada Inn and Suites. I'm here to make organizing the company meeting, the family reunion, a wedding, or for the best birthday party ever easy. We'll take care of it all. Clean, comfortable rooms, meetings with technology and sound system, all with good food and friendly people. It's the Ramada Inn, Mitchell.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical South Dakota high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
You can bank anywhere, anytime with First Dakota's e-mobile banking. This is Brandy Negebauer, personal banking representative at First Dakota. It's true, anywhere your cell phone or mobile device goes, your banking can too. You can check balances, transfer funds, pay bills, receive alerts, and make deposits with any mobile device that has internet access. Call us today to learn more about First Dakota's e-mobile banking. First Dakota, come experience the difference, member FDIC.
Every day, you share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax returns, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information, such as bank and credit card account numbers, social security number, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions, trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think somebody has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 1-800-300-1986.
Tied at 1 apiece, best 2 out of 3. Travis Criddens here this afternoon at the Huron Arena. Thanks for joining along here. Going to be a long volleyball season. We're at the end of August, and Mitchell expecting to play until the middle portions of November, November 17th at state tournament in Sioux Falls this year. Last year we were out in Rapid City. This year we will be at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. All 3 classes again holding their state tournament at the same facility with 3 courts going on at the same time. Mitchell, they expect to be there. O'Gorman, they expect to be there. Watertown, they expect to be here, as well as Sioux Falls, Washington as well. Huron may be there as well. So I would expect 4, potentially 5 state tournament teams that you'll see in Sioux Falls at the end of November. They're likely here. Again, Mitchell, Watertown, Washington, Huron. All teams that expect to get to the state tournament. And you got Rapid City Stevens, probably the best team in the state, and they expect to be there as well. So 0-0 tie here, third and deciding set. Mitchell won the second set by 14. Brandon Valley won the first set by 7. So we'll see who this third set goes to. Attack by Carly Herring in the middle to start things off. This one in air. This is out of bounds, an air for Brandon Valley. Oh, they'll change the call. Let's see. They'll give it to Brandon Valley. On the Mitchell side, official at the end said it was out of bounds, which it was, but we had a change of call. Said it did hit somebody from Mitchell. So that'll be a Brandon Valley point. 1-0. Mitchell, they attack right side here with Peyton Morgan. Now with an attack for Jorgensen on the left. Back row attack for Brewster. Third time not the charm. This time Stensrud gets it. This one is long and wide. Stensrud sets up in the front row left side for Brandon Valley, and that was long. So here's Brooke Flemmer, who I'm thinking has a good chance at maybe putting her name in the player of the game category here. She's been very good serving in this match against Brandon Valley. Shays Restaurant Player of the Game. Player of the Game gets 15 wings, a certificate for 15 wings of her choice at Shays Restaurant. Stensrud again with an attack left side. Good dig by Phil. Let's see. Carly in the middle, no good. Stensrud again left side. She has another attack. Mitchell answers with a left side attack of their own from Sage Jorgensen. Back row attack for Brandon Valley. Back row dig for Brewster. Mitchell answers. Carly Herring connects. And good. Off of the hands of Abby Finch in the back row. Carly Herring with her 6th kill. And here's Brooke Flemmer. See, she had a great run in that second set. See if she can get another good run here in the third. Mitchell possession. Back row attack for Flemmer. And that's good. Flemmer, she'll add a kill to her name, along with her serving accolades, to make it 3-1. Again, you saw Mitchell off to a very good start last set. They were ahead 8-1 and just kind of rolled from there. Brandon Valley never really made it close. This attack in the middle is good for Abby Risty. 3-2. Mitchell up by 1. Again, like I said last set, big difference here for Mitchell, whether you go 2-2 today or 3-1. Be a big difference, I would think, considering who you played and who you beat and who you lost today. Attack for Carly Herring in the middle. She gets it back right corner. With Carly Herring looking for a 3-1 day. She has 7 kills. And right now, Carly Herring leading Chelsea Brewster individually with those kills. Chelsea was second on the team last year. Carly, she may make an attempt here to lead the team as a senior with Mac Miller out in kills. Here's an attack at the net for Brandon Valley. That connects, so it's 4-3 Mitchell. Substitution for the Colonels. Leslie Van Drogelen will check in. Sage Jorgensen is out. Top 2 hitters in the front row, Brewster and Herring. Ella Simonson, Brandon Valley libero. She serves, and that'll be down. Carly Herring had it blocked right back at her. You can give Brandon Valley the block assist on that point. Makes it 4-4. Simonson, a 5'5" junior, flat-footed serve. That one just out. Good eye by Bridget Phil in the back row, eyeing that one all the way past the tape. And it's 5-4 Colonels. Herring and Phil are out. For Reagan Waddell and Maggie Katner. Katner serving. She had 3 straight aces back in that second set. Give her an ace right there. 2 attempts for Brandon Valley to try and set something up, but they couldn't. I'd mark that down as an ace for Maggie Katner. She's making a case maybe for the Shays Restaurant player of the match. Get 4 aces. That's awfully good. 6-4 Mitchell. Katner with the serve. Attacking the back row now. Six tie. Here, this is the 7th session of 8 sessions. They have 2 matches going on at the court at the same time. Plus, they have matches at the Huron Middle School. This one set up right side. Brewster with the kill. Chelsea's been kind of quiet here today. It's been all about Carly Herring. And again, Chelsea Brewster at any time, she can run off a few kills of her own. 7-6, Mandy Schmidt serving. Up by 1. Simonson digs it. Myers front row attack. In through the block. Attack and kill for Avery Timmons, the 6'1 junior for Brandon Valley. And we're tied at 7. So first set was all Brandon Valley for the most part. Second set was all Mitchell. This one 50-50 back and forth we go. Coming up on 4 o'clock here today. Mitchell, they get the serve. They'll just have to get it over. Brewster gets it over. So a free ball for Brandon Valley. Meyer sets it up right side. Mitchell, can they keep it over? Is it over? They say it hit the ground, and it did. They let it go for a little while, but it did appear to hit the court. So it's now 8-7, Brandon Valley with the edge. Flanagan, flat-footed serve. Finds attack right side for Brewster. Stensrud now for Brandon Valley, attacks it. Phil with the dig. This one miscommunication. Schmidt set it up. Looked like that was Reagan Waddell's ball. She didn't go after it. Brewster tried to recover. So that'll be an error. Give it to Waddell. And it's 9-7 Brandon Valley. They're now up by 2. This serve hits the top of the net, goes over. Attack left side, Peyton Morgan. Good. Peyton Morgan having one of her better days. She has 4 kills. Abby Finch will check in for the back row for Brandon Valley. As Flanagan off the serve, she'll take a seat. Chelsea Brewster serving down by 1 here. Still early in the third set, 9-8. That'll be an ace for Chelsea Brewster. Off of Stensrud in the back row, left for Brandon Valley. She shanked it left towards the bench. Brewster's third ace of the set, of the match. 9-9 tie. Attack on the right side. It's blocked. Still in play for Brandon Valley. They'll set it up in the middle this time. Phil with the dig. Back row left. Attack right side now. Front court. Good. Peyton Morgan putting together a kind of a career day. 5 kills here for Peyton Morgan. Only player who's got more in this match is Carly Herring, 7. So Peyton Morgan, maybe she'll be player of the game. Mitchell now up 10-9. Mitchell possession, attack Peyton Morgan. Nearly got another kill, but it'll be a free ball from Mitchell. Attack in the middle, Reagan Waddell. No good. Attack into the net. Mitchell point, they're up by 2. Abby Risty on that right side. The 6'1 lefty set up for it, but couldn't get it over the net. So a good little 4-0 run here for Mitchell. This one into the net. Chelsea Brewster's serve can't make it over. So it's 11-10 Mitchell. Again, close match, close set. Mitchell's largest lead's been, 4. Chelsea Brewster digs, goes to the ground. Mitchell gets it over. Jorgensen gets it over. Brandon Valley possession, attack right side. It's too far. Nobody touched it. An error for Brandon Valley on the attack. 12-10 Mitchell. See if this is where Mitchell takes that 2-point lead, makes it a 4, 5, 6-point lead, and comes away with a 3-1 Huron Invitational. Serve hits the back row. It'll be a back row attack for Brandon Valley. Mitchell plays it. Brewster back row. Now left side to Jorgensen. Jorgensen's been quiet here in this set offensively. Stensrud is back. It's blocked by Mitchell, but it's Brandon Valley ball. They get it back over. Nearly went out of bounds. Brewster saves it. Schmidt to Carly Herring in the middle, dug up by Finch. Brandon Valley possession, right side. Brewster keeps it alive, but not for long. Attack on the right side, kill by Abby Risty. And Brandon Valley now back within 1. Risty checks out, as it is her rotation and time to serve. Brooke Lunstra looks to be in to serve. Down by 1. Brandon Valley serving left to right. Brewster to Schmidt. Attack right side by Peyton Morgan. And has done awfully well here in this match. Peyton Morgan with the dig. Attack by Carly Herring, left-handed, one-handed in the middle. Surprise dump over by Myers. Mitchell's ready. Attack Peyton Morgan. Good. Peyton Morgan with a half dozen kills, threatening to have a match high in kills. So she's definitely maybe gotten her chance. Peyton Morgan, if I had to pick somebody right now, Peyton Morgan would be that Shays Restaurant player of the game. Clean up a wet spot in the middle of the Mitchell side of the court. Peyton Morgan even doing that, getting everything done. She'll go to the bench. 13-11. Brooke Flemmer in to serve. Mitchell up by 2. Not a great offensive possession for the Lynx. They'll just push it over. Attack Carly Herring right back to her, unassisted. Good for Carly Herring. Had the attack, it bounced right back to her, and she pounced all over it for the unassisted kill. Flemmer serving up by 3. See how large this lead can get. Nearly blocked by Mitchell. They'll give the point, though, to Brandon Valley on the kill. With the lead now only at 2. Good match here. This third set's been by far well played and most competitive. Just past 4 o'clock here on KORN. Hour number 7 here at the Huron Arena today. Started at 9 o'clock. Kill in the middle for block. They keep it alive. Mitchell possession. Attack left side for Brewster. Brewster connects. He has 3 kills to go along with 3 aces, and it's a timeout for Brandon Valley. Mitchell, they're up by 4 midway through this third set. 16-12. Winner take all here between Brandon Valley. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Your mouth. It's your most important asset. Why not make Fuchs Orthodontics your most important ally? You use it to eat, drink, and communicate with others. You need an expert to care for it. This is Dr. Rick Fuchs at Fuchs Orthodontics, and we pride ourselves in being a patient-centered orthodontic practice. Call our Mitchell office at 996-5442 or our Huron office at 352-1670 today. Fuchs Orthodontics, the best care for the best patients.
16-12. Mitchell with a 4-point lead here late in the third set. Some surprises or somewhat surprises. Sioux Falls Christian, they've been the best team at this Invitational today. Sioux Falls Christian knocked off number 2 Washington. They knocked off number 4 Watertown. They're just rolling, folks, right now. They again, Washington, number 2 ranked in AA. Sioux Falls Christian, an A school, many time winner of a state title in ACE, the Sioux Falls Christian. Even though they're an A school, maybe the best team in the state yet again. 12-16, 12 Mitchell lead. Attacked by Brewster connects for the 5-point lead. So you see this lead for Mitchell. It was 1-2 points. Now it's getting up to 5 here late in this fourth. 17-12. Largest lead here for Mitchell. It's up by 5. You have Flemmer again, another wet spot in the middle of the Mitchell courts back row. So Phil and Flemmer will do the honors. Back row center, they'll wipe up the moisture. Again, Huron Arena, as you know, if you've been here, it's very old. No air conditioning, and it's a little steamy outside. Not quite as steamy inside, but not exactly cool either. So it's 17-12, Mitchell with the serve. Attack left side, Flanagan connects to get Brandon Valley back within 4. So it's 17-13. This is kind of the situation that Mitchell found themselves in that first set. Brandon Valley was up 4-5, and Mitchell could never get closer than that. Served by Simonson. Here's Mitchell's attack. Left side, Brewster, and good. Chelsea Brewster turning it on offensively. She's got 5 kills. And Mitchell now fairly comfortable lead. They're up by 5. Maggie Katner in to serve for Carly Herring. 18-13. Looking for a 3-1 start to the season with a fairly easy schedule, in my opinion, the first couple of weeks. Mitchell ball. Reagan Waddell will just push it over. Free ball for Meyer. Attack in the middle. Mitchell keeps it alive. Nice dig by Brooke Flemmer. Attack left side by Brewster. Can't connect that time. Attack left side this time. It's long. Too long off the left hand of Mason Flanagan. Ooh, it's at 18-14. They'll say it touched someone from Mitchell. That's unfortunate. That was a tough call. So 18-14, correction on that. Flanagan with the kill. Myers will step back to serve, down by 4. Mitchell in control. Reagan Waddell just gets it over. Again, miscommunication there between Schmidt and Waddell. Mitchell possession. Attack left side. Brewster, tomahawk chop and good. Chelsea Brewster with 6 kills. And here comes Peyton Morgan. Peyton Morgan in for Brooke Flemmer. She'll join. Waddell and Brewster in the front row. Mitchell up by 5, 19-14. Schmidt with the serve. Attack left side. It's long. Didn't hit anybody from Mitchell that time. Here for Abby Risty. And Brandon Valley will use a timeout. It's 20-14 Mitchell. Looking pretty good to come from behind here, down 1-0. Looks like they'll take this one 2-1 if they can keep playing well here. 20-14. We're back in 30 seconds.
This is Austin Iverson with Iverson Auto, and we've been proud to serve Mitchell, Huron, and the surrounding communities for the past 70 years. Being a supporting partner to our area's towns, organizations, and athletic teams means a lot to the staff at Iverson Auto. We are proud of the area's teams and wish their continued success. When it comes time for your next new vehicle, stop in at any of the Iverson Auto locations and experience our Mark of Distinction award-winning customer service. Let us make car buying enjoyable for you again. View our huge new and pre-owned inventory at iversonauto.com.
It is late in the afternoon. It's 20-14. Mitchell with the lead. Mitchell lost the first set to Brandon Valley. Just didn't play well. They lost by 7. Mitchell came back. They really dominated the second set, 25-11. And Mitchell, they've maintained control here. Really haven't been down by too much. They've maintained a small margin here in the third. Now it's all the way up to 6. Brandon Valley, they attack left side. Was that in? I'll say that was out. That was a close one. Had to. Oh, will they change it? Nope. They'll confer and say Mitchell point. 21-14 Mitchell ahead of Brandon Valley. Schmidt on the serve, and that'll be an ace. Mandy Schmidt's pumped up about it. Dug up by Brandon Valley back row. Went in the front row. Nobody touched it. 22-14. Mitchell up by 8. Mandy, another one. This one into the net. Had some power behind that one, but into the net. Mitchell still up by 7 here. They only need 3 more points before Brandon Valley can get 8. So you like your chances if you're Mitchell. Flanagan back to serve, down by 7, serving left to right. Schmidt goes to Brewster. She's feeling it. Mitchell, they're going to win this one. It's 23-15. Certain pep in the step for Brewster. She's having a very good set number 3. Leslie Van Drogelen checks out. Jorgensen in the front row. Here's Chelsea Brewster, 2 points away from wrapping this one up in 3 sets. Attack, Stensrud goes past Brewster. She was on that back row. Let it go flying past her, and that was the right decision. 24-15. Match points coming up for Brewster and the Colonels. Jump serve finds the back row. Simonson still in the back row, and they get it over from the back row. Free ball for Schmidt. Attack left side. Sage Jorgensen, kill, good. Sage Jorgensen, her second kill of the match, and that'll do it for Mitchell. 25-15 Mitchell. They did not play well against O'Gorman in that second set. They did not play well in the next set they played. First one here against Brandon Valley, but then after that, they really picked it up, and they crushed Brandon Valley in the last 2 sets by a combined score of 50-26. That's very impressive. Mitchell wins the second set by 14, and they win this last set, by 10. So a very good start to this invitational here in Huron. A little bit sketchy in the middle, but again, you played O'Gorman. They're the number 3 ranked team. They're very good, but good come-from-behind victory against Brandon Valley, who appears to be improved from last year. Brookings, we also saw Brookings They only won 5 matches last year. They look to be a little bit better. They gave O'Gorman quite the test. They gave O'Gorman all they could handle in 3 sets. So first look of the teams here during the first weekend of the season. You try and judge who's better than last year, maybe who's going to be a surprise team. And maybe it's Brandon Valley. Again, Brandon Valley, this was the 3rd straight match that they had to play. They got a little bit behind, and usually they try to give you no more than 2 straight matches here at this Invitational. They try to give you at least a break in between. That break will be at least 45 minutes most times. But Brandon Valley, again, they beat Huron, they beat Sioux Falls Lincoln, and they also beat Sturgis. So Mitchell, they were the only team to beat Brandon Valley tonight, and it's a good win there for the Mitchell Colonels. So Mitchell, they go 3-1 on the day. They defeat Douglas, which you would expect. They beat Brookings, which you would expect, and they beat Brandon Valley, which you would expect. The toss-up game was O'Gorman, and they lost to the Knights. They'll see O'Gorman later on in the season, and they may as well see them again in the state tournament coming up in a while. But we're still a good 3 months away from the state tournament, so plenty of volleyball here this season. Most of it will be over the air on the radio at KORNradio.com. I'll have the call for pretty much every game of the season, home and away for Mitchell here this season. A lot of seniors on this team. Again, 11 seniors and state title hopes weighing heavy here for Mitchell Volleyball. Next coverage of Mitchell Volleyball, again, will be at home coming up next week on Tuesday. Mitchell, they will host the Pierre Governors. That'll be a 7 o'clock start time, so you can look forward to that one on Tuesday. And then Mitchell, they will play Brandon Valley yet again the following Tuesday on September 4th. So pretty slow start to the season for Mitchell. They got 4 matches here, and they've only got 2 more matches here over the next 10 days or so as they ease their way into the season. 3-1 right now, and no reason why Mitchell can't start the season 7-1, 8-1, 9-1. They have a very favorable schedule early on as they host Pierre, Brandon Valley, Yankton, and Sioux Falls Lincoln. You'd expect Mitchell to win all 4 of those, and if they do, they go out to Spearfish. They'll more than likely beat Spearfish. So if you're talking here the next 5 matches, Mitchell are pretty good favorites. They would be at 5. They'd be at 8-1 heading into a match against Huron. When Mitchell and Huron plays, who knows what's going to happen. So good start to the season here for the Mitchell Colonels. They are 3-1. Thanks for joining us here all afternoon long from the Huron Arena. First match was at 9 a.m. Here as we wrap it up at 4:15 o'clock. If you missed anything today or want to go back and listen to anything, check out our YouTube page and also check out our website, KORNradio.com. Click on the sports tab and then click on games. We'll have all the games archived if you want to go back and listen to them again. That goes for volleyball and Mitchell Colonel football this season. So if you miss anything, it'll all be on our website. Just go to KORNradio.com, go to sports, and then click on games. Again, Mitchell football, they're in action coming up here in about 3 hours. You can catch that game at home on the new turf at Joe Quinto Field. Mitchell, they host Watertown. First game of the season for both teams. 3rd annual Colonel Bowl. So that starts at 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock with the kickoff. You can listen to that with Steve Morgan and Aaron Winger on the radio, KORNradio.com and FM 101.3 and AM 1490. Also live streaming as always. Travis Grins here from a hot and sticky Huron Arena today. I'll see you again coming up Tuesday night in Mitchell. Mitchell Volleyball as they take on Pierre.
You've been listening to coverage of Colonel Volleyball online at KORNradio.com with Travis Grins. Coverage of Colonel Volleyball online at KORNradio.com was brought to you by Dakota Physical Therapy, Culver's, The Depot, Lewis Family Drug of Mitchell, Poet Biorefining of Mitchell, and First Dakota National Bank. Coverage of Colonel Volleyball online was brought to you by Iverson Chrysler Center of Mitchell and Huron, Walmart of Mitchell, Ronick Ag, MJ Aviation, CMB of Mitchell, your John Deere dealer, Shay's Restaurant, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protections, and also by the South Dakota High School Activities Association. The preceding broadcast of Mitchell Colonel Volleyball is the property of Nedved Media, LLC, solely for the entertainment and non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this event, including a charge for listening without the express written consent of Nedved Media, LLC, is strictly prohibited. This has been a sports presentation of KORNradio.com, a division of Nedved Media, LLC.